Okay, I want to take you through something very cool, very eye-opening, and something that I find to be incredibly valuable for the guys I support, and that is food sensitivity testing. Now, if you don't know what foods you're reacting to, and we're all going to have some mixture of foods that our immune system has become sensitive to, that when we eat them regularly, it causes this low-level immune response, which contributes to inflammation, which contributes to brain fog, which contributes to indigestion, and on and on and on. And when we're trying to do actual deeper healing work, we must have a period of eliminating these sensitivities so that the body and the immune system can rebuild and reset and regenerate. This is the test I'm currently using and really loving. It is a non-invasive test. You don't have to go to a lab and get poked and prodded and give blood to do this test. And I find the insights quite ideal for the kind of nutritionally focused work that I do. So we're just going to run through this, not the whole thing, just a little overview. So this is how it might look if you're getting one of these done. Food sensitivities overview. So high reactivity, moderate reactivity, or low or no reactivity are the three categories. You'll see green, orange, and red. The red ones are the things that you really want to avoid. The orange ones, typically you can have that kind of stuff once or twice a week and get away with it. But really, you want to pull them out as much as possible so that you're not having that low level chronic sensitive reaction to those foods. So let's just take a peek here. And one thing interesting to note, of all the people that I've taken through this, pretty much everybody has cheese and dairy light up as moderate or severe. Although eggs, which are part of that category, are often coming back green, which is great. Also, gluten-containing grains and cereals. So you can see we have barley. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Yeah, barley, rye often comes up okay, but brown bread, seed bread, white bread, all these different gluten-containing grains, wheat noodles, wheat, very, very high sensitivity to these things. Corn, cornflakes, hops, taco shells, right? Different kinds of dairy. So you can see, okay, maybe I'm okay with butter, but maybe condensed milk and evaporated milk, I can't do. For example, all kinds of beverages, all kinds of different alcoholic beverages, champagne, hazelnut milk, hot chocolate, lager, beer, etc., ale, all of these things. So you can imagine if you are a big fan of cheese and you crave cheese and you love your cheese and you have a report that looks something like that, something like this, and you don't know that, then your body's going to be constantly getting hit with inflammatory signals, and you're never going to feel as good or think as clearly as you otherwise would, which is why, again, this kind of testing needs to be done. And it goes on and on. Fruits, spices, and herbs. Many people are barely sensitive to any of those, which is great. Legumes, pulses, different kind of beans, different kind of vegan protein sources. Meats. This individual in this sample, beef, came up as a medium sensitivity. And I happen to know that this client eats a lot of beef, which is the other interesting piece to note here is that things that you eat a lot of also are more likely to become sensitivities because you have that potential for having a leaky gut or gut permeability or just stress in your life and on your system at the same time that you're eating those foods, and that stress or that leaky gut then triggers a sensitivity. It builds a sensitivity because you're eating in a compromised state. And it goes on and on. So you can see all different kind of nuts and seeds and oils and miscellaneous things. Really, really informative and insightful. And for me, actually, this came up to be very confirming because I know sunflower oil for me does not work. It causes a reaction, a rash pretty much in my armpits, and has done that for years. And so that came up on mine. What else do we have here? Different vegetables. This client is lucky because all of these vegetables are coming up clear. Although I will note, if you have a food allergy that you know is a legit allergy, this may not catch that. This is not to test for those. So if you got a test like this and it said, oh, you're great with, let's say, haddock, for example, but you know if you eat a haddock, your throat swells up, you get itchy and hives, don't eat the haddock. Remember your food allergies and remember that this is for sensitivities. But as someone who does nutritional counseling and my practice is so heavily focused around nutrition and diet and supplementation, this allows me to hand select different ingredients or things and highlight them, or things in this case like shrimp, prawns, etc., that need to be pushed out of a diet or meal plan. So I really love this test. I think it's useful to get something like this couple times a year, even specifically or especially if you have gut issues, if you feel chronically low energy, drained, brain fog, like your stomach just doesn't digest things properly, then you definitely want to look into something like this because it's going to give you a ton of information in terms of all the different foods that you might be reacting to. And then once you had that information, you can work with a practitioner to design an elimination plan and basically an elimination diet that's going to allow you to rebalance and recalibrate your immune response so that you can tolerate more of these foods in a healthy way. So that's really all I want to share here. It's a little bit of a behind the scenes, what we do at Revitalized Man, some of the testing that we utilize to really give people a more comprehensive approach at what's going on inside your body and how can we make plans and make programs and protocols and meal plans to best support you in feeling your best. So that's it. That's all. If you have any questions about this or you would be interested in getting yourself some testing of this nature, by all means, send me a DM. I'd be happy to chat about it and happy to let you know how this all works. And if you're interested, we can get that fired up for you. Okay, that's it. That's all. Have yourself a great weekend ahead, and thanks for being here. Ciao for now.